How's it going, everybody? Justin here, and today is install day for my 2017 Subaru BRZ. We're going to be putting on that STi front underspoiler that I picked up earlier in the week. What do you think, Shelby? Are you ready to get started?
Yes.
Alright, first off, we're going to go over kind of what we need to get the job done, various tools and things, nothing too out of the ordinary. Obviously, we're going to want instructions. I've got instructions that are printed up. Those are from the previous model year cars, so they kind of give a general idea. It's not specific to the 2017, it's not out yet. Fortunately, one of the guys on the FT86 forums has done a write-up of how to install this on the 2017 car, so I'll put a link to that in the description. Goes through the full process, pretty much exactly what I'm going to do here today. We need a drill, of course. We're going to have some drill bits to drill various holes in the front, or the underside of the bumper rather. A little bit of tape and some kind of hole punch like this to make the starter holes, and then obviously some spray cleaner and a rag that we want to clean up the underside of the bumper with. So let's get after this thing. We're going to jack the car up and put it up on jack stands. So car's up on the jack stands now. Shelby's cleaning up the underside of the bumper just with a water alcohol mix to get things cleaned up. And then we're gonna go ahead and start putting on the templates, which are these sticker guys here. These go onto various parts of the bumper. Kind of show you in the instructions here. They'll stick on in various places, and then we mark the drill spots where we're gonna drill the holes. So we're gonna get those guys on and then move on to the next step. So first of the templates are put on the car. We're going to take a closer look at them here real quick because it is kind of tricky. The instructions that came, or I guess that you can download online. I'll get you guys these here. So these ones, they're kind of confusing. The templates are not in the correct spot for the 2017 bumper. So I highly recommend using the do-it-yourself that I'm going to link in the description from the FT86 Club forums. It is very accurate. So big thanks to the user that submitted that, because that definitely helps. It would be a royal pain trying to figure it out without that. So we're gonna get under here, kind of show you how these things go in here. So it starts, or I started on the left-hand side of the car, the left hand being the driver's side. If you're sitting in the driver's seat, you basically have all these little templates that stick on here, and they're in order, alphabetical order from A through F. So A starts in the middle here, and we got B, C, sorry for the camera juggling on my back here, D, and then E, and then F, and I'll kind of give you a close-up. They all line up on the bumper, you know, one way or another on the particular edge. So you want to make sure you line up these bumper edges very accurately, especially on the ones that are creased here. You can see this is where there's a, you know, an obvious bump in the bumper there, or whatever you want to call that little incline. You want to make sure the sticker, you start from the back, get it laid down even on the edge, and slowly start rolling it towards the front, making sure to get these seams. You can see there's lines in there that line up with the crease in the bumper, so take care with that. Templates are all installed on the car now, so what we do next is take some kind of little punch. Like I've got this guy here from my RC car racing, which is kind of a body hole cutter. You know, can cut holes in plastic. Really just need some kind of punch. Even a real small screwdriver or something would work. Basic idea is we want to get under here. So we're going to take the hole punch, put it right up into the cross, and just make sure we start a little hole. And then we're going to do that for basically all of the templates. And there's actually a couple holes we have to start towards the middle of the bumper that are not part of the templates. We'll see if I can get it. It is marked in the bumper. It's like a tiny circle and a plus sign. You can kind of see it there. But anyways, they're just outside of the A and B templates on the bumper. So you want to get in there and mark those as well. Or start the hole, I should say. Once you get those done, we can move on to the next step, which is actually drilling out the holes in the bumper. So So I got all the holes started on the underside of the bumper with the punch. Next step is to drill a whole bunch of holes into our brand new car. So grab a few drill bits. We got a 1/8 inch drill bit followed by a 15/64 or even a 1/4 inch will work there if that is something you don't have in your kits. And then the last hole, the large one, is going to be a 3/8 inch. What I'm going to do is wrap a little bit of tape around the ends of the drill bits just so that they don't drive too far into the bumper. That's something that's recommended on the FT86 Club forum DIY as well as in the instructions itself. So better to be safe than sorry, but I'm going to load this drill up and start drilling away. Now I've got all the holes drilled on the underside of the bumper. The next step is going to be installing these little rubber rivet nut things, which are kind of a pain. Probably going to have to run your drill bit through the hole again, these little guys. They're going to go in all of the holes except for the ones that were pre-marked on the bumper, if you remember earlier. So basically what it's going to look like is the two holes that are on the center of the bumper. Those ones are going to have grommets. The ones that are out from the center holes, so this guy here, is not going to have a grommet, and then we'll have a grommet on all the rest of them going out to the edge of the bumper. So I got to open up my holes just a little bit more because the grommets were a little tight. So I'm going to get those opened up and then we'll get the grommets all installed. Rubber grommets are all installed. Here's what I was saying about the two where you don't need grommets. These are the two center holes here and here, the centermost holes in the front of the bumper. If you go one out from those, there's no grommet in there. And then we continue along the edge of the car, rest of the grommets as so. So the last bit of prep we got to do here before we can get the lip on the car is actually take out some of the fender liner piece down here, kind of get you a close up. There's a few little of the plastic nuts in here. We got to pull those guys off. And then what we do to help tie the lip into place is we've got these little fasteners that are going to go up in here behind the fender well, and then our fender liner rather, and there'll actually be a screw that screws that and holds that into place versus the little plastic nuts there. So I'm going to pull that off, pop that guy in, and then we should be able to get away from this boring stuff and get the lip installed. Okay, so the bumper is all prepped, got all the holes drilled, all the grommets in, got the fasteners or the screw ends on the ends of the bumper. Now we've got the lip out. Basically what you want to do is have a little helper to help you out, lifting the lip from the ground up onto the car, and then we've got clips. If you'll remember, these big clips here go in the holes that don't have the grommets on the underside of the bumper, if you recall that from earlier. So we got those two clips, and then there's a clip on each end as well. So we'll put those on to get the bumper in place and oriented properly, and then we'll use the screws that go into all the rest of the grommets to finish it off. Alright, so we got the lip on with the clips, not too difficult. Pretty much just pop the clips in place, the bumper will hold itself up. You want to be wary of this particular part right here. I'll give you a close-up look. On the edge of the lip, there's a little rubber kind of grommet or seal. Along the edge there, you want to make sure that that thing is seated properly and not, tucked under behind the lip. Once you get that stuff all figured out and squared away, you can go ahead and grab the nuts and bolts from the install kit and start installing those into the rubber grommets, and we should be done. Alright, so that's it. The lip is installed. Take a quick look at the screws and the various nuts and things that hold it in place. Show you how the finished product looks. Of course, we got the screw on the back here, which replaces the clip. You will have 4 extra clips, like these style clips, and there was one that came off the underside, so don't be discouraged if you have extra clips. That's the way it should be. And again, you want that snug fit around the rubber seal there. We'll go to the underside and show you the attachment points. Try to get some light under here. Sorry for the bad lighting. So here's we got all of our screws that go into the rubber grommets that we laid earlier. Everything lined up pretty much perfectly. Maybe 1 or 2 holes that were slightly not centered, but the way the rubber grommets work, the bolt fits into it pretty easily. Alright everybody, so that does it for this video. We got that STi lip on my 2017 Subaru BRZ. I do highly recommend following the DIY on the FT86 Club forums. Again, that is specific to 2017 model cars. If you have a previous 2016 or older car, you want to follow the instructions that come with the appropriate lip kit for that car. All in all, it wasn't too hard of a job. Took about 2 hours or so, and that's with doing all the videotaping and that kind of stuff as well. Simple project, just make sure you get things right when you're doing the templates and drilling the holes. That's really the key to the project. Other than that, it's real simple. Thanks everybody for watching. Hope the video was helpful and you enjoyed it. I'll catch you next time.
Don't forget to like this video and subscribe.